What's going on, guys? Healy here, and today gonna be talking about some of the roster moves that have happened within the past 24 hours. We're gonna be talking about Jed Lowrie, Brian Dozier, Yasmani Grandal. There's been a lot of signings here today, and there've been some good ones. A lot of the good people are starting to come off the table, and that is good. Now, if Manny Machado and Bryce Harper could sign sometime soon, that would be fantastic. But as of now, we just have to cover some of these minor guys in comparison to them. And we're going to start off with Jed Lowrie. He signed a 2-year deal with the New York Mets, $20 million. So he's going to be getting paid $10 million per year, which is solid. Past 2 years, he's put up an average of a 4.4 WAR. That is really good. He hit 267 last year, 159 hits, 23 home runs, his career high, 99 RBIs. His on base was 353 with a 4.48 slugging. Amazing. He was an all-star. He also got an MVP vote for the first time in his career. He is mainly a second baseman. And what's funny, looking at this right now, his previous agency was Brody Van Wagenen. Who is that? He's the GM now for the New York Mets. So he used to work with Brody, and now he is under the same organization. Jed Lowrie, in his career, mainly plays second base. He's played 145 games at third base. If they need to throw him at third, what the Mets are probably going to be doing is playing Robinson Cano at first base, Jed Lowrie at second, Matt Rosario at short, and Todd Frazier at third. Or if they want Cano to play second base, they are looking to play Jed Lowrie at third base and have Todd Frazier not get as much playing time. They might even trade Todd Frazier in the future. Who knows on that one? Good move, though, for the Mets. $10 million for Jed Lowrie, and what you get out of him is pretty good. He's a somewhat utility guy. Jeff McNeil is going to be a big utility guy for the Mets. He's going to play wherever you need him to play now that they have signed Jed Lowrie. Robinson Cano, I wouldn't be surprised if he played first base. He's getting a little bit older. He doesn't have the range like he used to. He can still field pretty well. I think he'll do pretty fine at first base. The Mets have made a lot of good moves this offseason. They got Cano and Diaz. They've also acquired Wilson Ramos behind the plate. They signed back Jarius Familia. They are very solid again. They weren't bad last year. They finished just a few games under 500. They had a really bad month or month plus at some point during the season last year. I think it was around June. But besides that, the Mets didn't play bad last year, and they just got even better. This NL East is going to be sick to watch this year. The Nationals are going to be good. Mets are going to be good. Braves are going to be good. Phillies are going to be, I guess, good. We'll have to see what they do. If they can pick up one of those big name free agents, like everyone's expecting them to. But yeah, good move on Jed Lowrie. The second move we're going to be talking about is Brian Dozier. He has signed a 1-year deal worth $9 million with the Washington Nationals. Pretty solid deal for Brian Dozier. $9 million is not bad for him. Their infield is now set. You have Ryan Zimmerman at first, Brian Dozier at second, Trey Turner at shortstop, and Anthony Rendon at third base. Could be one of the best infields in baseball. At least in the top 10, maybe top 5. Who knows? Dozier last year was not the Dozier I would expect to see with the Nationals. 1-year deal, so you aren't going to get anything like it can't turn out bad. 1 year. If he plays bad, you're done with him. If he plays really amazing, you got that 1 year worth out of him. Last year, he only hit 215 combined with Minnesota and the Dodgers. But with the Dodgers, he didn't really get as good consistent playing time. Did in the beginning a little bit, but he just couldn't hit. So he eventually got pushed to like a bench type role. With Minnesota, he only hit 227. He's only a 246 career hitter, but in 2016 and 17, his average increased to 268 and 271, and his slugging was really high. So it's a little bit of a disappointment that in 2018, all his numbers dipped. Maybe the pressure got to him. I have no clue. But $9 million, he's going to fit well in that lineup for the Nationals. You're also going to have Juan Soto. Michael Taylor will probably be in the majors for the year. And their third outfielder, Adam Eaton. Yeah, they have Adam Eaton. I forgot about him. That's a very solid team. He's going to have people in front of him and behind him. He won't get pitched around as much, and I feel like he will be solid in this lineup. The Nationals have also signed Patrick Corbin this offseason, so they made a splash in the rotation. I just realized I already mentioned this, but the NL East, once again, they are making moves. The teams in this division are going to be solid, all except for the Marlins. As we know, they aren't too good. But yeah, the Nationals made a move today. Good for them. Hope it works out with Dozier. One-year deals could never go bad, because if they do bad, oh well, they're done after the year. Also, if they do well and your team's not in contention, you could trade him. You could easily trade him, get some prospects back for him, and get some value. The third and final deal of this video is Yasmani Grandal signing with the Brewers. Signed a 1-year, $18.25 million deal with the Milwaukee Brewers. They needed a catcher, and that's what they got. Yasmani Grandal. I hate that deal, not because of the money and the team need, but just because the Brewers made a signing that actually helps them out against the Cubs and now Cardinals in the division. But Yasmani Grandal, I'm not going to focus too much on his postseason batting. He had a horrible 2018 postseason. He has had a horrible postseason career. He's batting 107 in 92 plate appearances in the postseason, but we are not going to focus on that. Last year was his best year in terms of WAR. He had a 3.3 WAR season. He only had 241, but he had a 349 on base percentage and a 466 slugging, providing an 815 on base plus slugging. He had 24 home runs, 23 doubles, 106 hits. Solid. 18 million is a lot, but that's who you had to go after in the free agency market, and it's not a bad deal in my opinion. It's kind of like the Brian Dozier. You only have him for 1 year. The Brewers had money to toss out, so they tossed it out. 1 year, if he does well, oh well, like, good for you. If he doesn't do well, oh well, nothing on you. You don't have to carry the baggage on to the next season. What's interesting is he declined a $60 million deal for 4 years to the New York Mets. He also declined a $17.9 million deal for 1 year to the Dodgers. Like, obviously, you're going to take the more money, and you're getting paid like $300,000 more. The interesting part is him not taking the $60 million over the 4 years to the Mets. Like, that's guaranteed money. Who knows after this 1 year deal if you're going to be worth that much next year. I guess that's all the risk. He's getting paid an extra $3 million this year to risk that, and good for him. It's on him. The Brewers, though, they needed a guy catcher. They got their guy. So now they have Grandal, Christian Yelich, Ryan Braun, Lorenzo Cain, Eric Thames, Jesus Aguilar. They're going to have Orlando Arcia at short. They still have Travis Shaw. Like, that lineup is pretty solid. They're pitching. They're going to have Jimmy Nelson back. They have Chase Anderson. So yeah, Yasmani Grandal is going to be very serviceable to the Brewers. As a Cubs fan, I am super excited to see how this year goes, especially now that there's an additional team with the Cardinals back in contention after getting Goldschmidt and Andrew Miller. This year is going to be fun, especially if you're a National League Baseball fan. The NL East is solid. The NL Central is solid. NL West, there's going to be some competition there, but there's going to be a lot of great division races this year in 2019. Now, if only Manny Machado and Bryce Harper could sign soon, that would be sick. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on these signings. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe down below. This is Healy, and I am out. Peace.